Hello and welcome to today's Flow into Yoga Vinyasa Flow class. Wednesdays, I like to, and we have been focusing more on building some strength. So adding some load to our movements, building strength in our entire body is really important. And so that's what we've been doing. So have a couple of blocks handy. And we are going to begin today in a child's pose. Knees could be together or wide apart. You're shifting your hips back towards your heels. And if you wanted to, you could also bring a block underneath your forehead. Or just rest the forehead to the mat. You're closing your eyes. Connecting it to your breath. Just finding the middle between efforts and ease in today's practice. So we're not going to over efforts or under efforts. Just going to find the middle. And that starts with finding the middle between effort and ease in the breath. Deepening the breath. Expanding on the inhale. Contracting on the exhale. The inhale is spacious. And as you exhale, you're softening and releasing any tension into the pull of gravity, just allowing that to be released, letting go. I'm going to focus on Ujjayi breath today, so victorious breath. And you're going to constrict the back of the throat, making the sound of the ocean. Generally, we breathe in and out of our nostrils, but it's okay to breathe in and out of the mouth. A few more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, you're just going to round through the spine, coming into your tabletop. Walk your knees so they're hip width apart. Big starfish hands. Inhale, drop your belly. Heart and gaze move forward. Exhale, round the spine cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. And then just beginning to add any movement here to the body that feels good. You can draw some circles with the ribs or the hips or just any movement. There's no right or wrong. Maybe even just closing the eyes, connecting movement to the breath. Good. And then back to your tabletop. Extend the right leg long. And then maybe reach those left fingertips forward. Option to look forward. And then exhale, round the spine, elbow and knee touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. Inhale, extend, hold here. Option for 3 pulses with the arm and leg. And coming back to tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly cow. Exhale, around the spine cat. Inhaling to a neutral spine. Make sure your knees are hip width apart. And then extend the left leg long and reach those right fingertips forward. Maybe look forward or not. Exhale, round the spine, elbow and knee touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. Inhale, extend. Option for 3 pulses with the arm and leg. And coming back to tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly cow. Exhale, round the spine cat. Really press the mat away. Inhaling to a neutral spine, you're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. And in your down dog, you're just going to pedal the feet, shift the hips from side to side. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. Walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Just coming into ragdoll here. So you can let the arms be heavy. You can come into a bind. You can be static or you can add some movement here. The option is yours. If you have a bind, release it. And then slowly begin to roll all the way up into Tadasana. The arms and head are heavy. Head is going to be the last to lift. Inhale, reach the arms into extended mountain. Maybe look up. Exhale, palms through heart center. Inhale, reach up into extended mountain. Interlace the fingers, make a pistol mudra. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, let the arms float slowly down behind you. Option to interlace the fingers. And if you struggle here, just know you can always bring your palms to your sacrum. And you're going to lift the breastbone up, keep the chin tucked, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, belly to thighs. You can keep the bind or release it. And then bending into the knees. Inhale, lifting up into chair to extended. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach up into extended mountain. Interlace the fingers, make a pistol mudra. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, you reach to the left. Inhale, center. And exhale, let the arms float down to the side body. Coming behind you, binding or not. Lifting the breastbone up, coming into a back bend. Exhale, forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, lifting up into chair to extended. Exhale, palms to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reaching up into extended. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale to center. And then as you exhale, you reach to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, let the arms float down and come behind you. You can bind or not. And then as you inhale, you lift the breastbone up into a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. This time, let the arms come down. There's going to be heavy and dangle here. Maybe you add movement or just be static. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. And you're going to hold here in your plank. Stacking your shoulders over your wrist. Heels generally come over the balls of the feet. Gaze is neutral, so you don't overly have your chin tucked, nor are you looking forward. And you're going to exhale, drop the knees, chin, chest, belly. And then inhale, lifting up into baby cobra. Exhale, release down. Then inhale, lift back up, baby cobra. Exhale, release the head down. Last one. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release the head down. And this time, pressing through table, shifting back to child's. You have 3 breaths. Finding the middle between effort and ease. On your next inhale, rounding through the spine to your tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. On your next inhale, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank and just hold here in your plank. Gaze is neutral. I'm going to drop to the knees, the chin, chest, belly, and inhale, lifting up this time to cobra or baby cobra. Elbows hug in, gaze is down your nose. Thighs are on the mat. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, and this time make your way to your down dog. The breath is deep and spacious. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. You're going to hold in your plank, building a little heat here. Our Sun A movement. So option here to drop to the knees, chin, chest, belly, move through baby cobra or cobra. Or if you want more, you shift forward on your toes, lower halfway to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, thighs are lifted. And then make your way to your down dog. If you need a child's pose, you take it. Take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhaling this time, the left leg high, option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then with control, you're going to gently step this left foot forward, plant to the back foot down, and then inhale, lifting the torso up into warrior one. So maybe in this first warrior one, you need to add some movement. Grounding the feet. So you want the knife edge of this back foot grounded. Generally, the left toes point to the top of the mat. And you're gonna see if you can bend into that front knee. Palms can come to your heart, or you can reach them towards the ceiling, maybe look up, warrior one. Exhale to a warrior two, adjusting this back foot, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. We're still bending into that front knee. Shoulders are stacking over your hips. You're reaching in opposite directions with the fingers. Flip your left palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Gaze can follow your thumb. And exhale to side angle lunge. Inhale to a reverse warrior. And then coming in on your exhale to side angle. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, planting the palms to the mat. Step that left foot back to plank. You're holding your big starfish hands here, really pressing the mat away. And then option to drop to the knees, chin, chest, belly, or shift forward on your toes. Move through chaturanga or a cobra. Making your way to your down dog. Inhaling the right leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step that right foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale, lifting up into your warrior one. Again, maybe you want to add just a little bit of movement in this first warrior, rounding the feet, finding the foundation of the legs really strong here. Coming into your warrior one. The breath is deep and spacious. Finding the middle between effort and ease. Exhale, warrior two. Adjust this back foot, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Reaching the fingers in opposite direction. Firmly planting the feet into the mat and lengthening through the spine. Flip your right palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. You're going to pause here and lengthen. And then exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step this right leg back and go or flow to your down dog. Deep inhale.
Continue on your personal device.
Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg high. Option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step this left foot forward. Plant the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, side angle. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to side angle. I'm just going to pause here in the side angle. Really reach through those right fingertips. You're grounding the knife edge of that back foot and really being active of the entire side body. And then exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step that left leg back to plank. You're holding. And you're going to go or flow to your down dog. If you need a child at any time, take it. Inhale the right leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips, and then gently step that right foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale to side angle. You're pausing here, lengthening up the entire left side of the body. Maybe your gaze looks at your left thumb. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step that right leg back to plank. Hold. And then go or flow to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, just go ahead and bend your knees and come into a child's pose. If you need to let your shoulders rest, palms come back by your ankles. You have 3 to 5 breaths here. Feeling the sensation of the inhale. Releasing tension on the exhale. And you're going to make your way back to your down dog. Bend into your knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach up into extended mountain. Exhale your palms to heart center as you begin to sit down into chair. So take a moment here in your chair. Your feet are hip width apart, shifting the weight towards your heels. You're reaching that tailbone back behind you. Your spine is nice and straight here. Head is an extension of the spine. Shoulders move away from the ears. Feeling the 4 corners of the feet firmly planted to the mat. Another tip here is you can always lift your toes, and that can help you find your foundation of the feet and legs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, we're twisting to the left. So you can keep it high or bring this elbow to the outside edge of your left thigh. Peek down, your knees are even. Knees are even. Palms press into one another to help you stack your shoulders. Connect to your breath. Inhale to chair. Exhale, twisting to the right. Peek down, your knees are even. Press into those palms to help you stack your shoulders. Inhale to chair to extended mountain. Exhale, let the arms float slowly down to the side body Tadasana. Inhale, reach up extended, maybe look up. Exhale to a forward fold, just coming into ragdoll. Maybe you bind or not. And add movement or be static. Connect to your breath. Finding in the middle between effort and ease. I think ragdoll is a really good place to find the middle between effort and ease. On your next inhale, you're going to halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. Go or flow to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, you're just taking a deep in breath in. Exhale, releasing. Inhaling the left leg high, option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then you're gonna round the spine. Stay with me here. Knee comes to your nose. Inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow as you shift out into plank. Inhale, three-leg dog. And then exhale, go ahead and gently step that left foot forward. High crescent lunge is next. Know you have a knee if you need it. Inhale, lifting up into your high crescent lunge. If your shoulders are tired, just know you can do something different with your arms. They do not have to be extended. It's helpful here to bring that back thigh all the way up, lift it towards the ceiling. Let's go ahead and cactus the arms here. Inhale, lift the breastbone up. Exhale, round the spine. Forearms come to the center or midpoint. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the forearms together towards one another. Inhale, open. Reach those palms up into extended. Exhale your palms to heart center. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale this time we're twisting to the left. Maybe you stay high or come low. Helpful to look at the mat if you're having trouble with balance. And then from here, you can stay here or just release this right palm to the mat or even a block here. Left palm can come to your hip or reach towards the ceiling. Maybe you look at your thumb. Revolved crescent lunge. Just means twist. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. We're going to come up into warrior two. Stay with me. Quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. Take your right toes so they point to the back of the mat, bending into your knee. So you're coming into warrior two, facing the back of the mat. Getting a little fancy here. We're going to exhale into side angle lunge. You can stay here or bring your left palm to your hip, straighten your right leg, coming into triangle. If you want to add the arms, bring that right palm to your shin or a block. Reach those left fingertips towards the ceiling. Maybe you look down, maybe you look at your thumb. You try to stack your shoulders here. Reach in opposite directions with the fingers, lengthen through the spine. And from here, you're going to bend into this right knee, lift up, quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. Take your left toes so they point to the top of the mat and step this back leg up. So we're shortening our stance here. If you have a block, go ahead and place it long ways, about hip width from your left foot. You bring your palms behind you. You're coming into a bind, so you can grab forearms or hands, or even come into reverse prayer here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, hinging at the hips, coming into pyramid. Thighs hug towards one another. So your spine is straight, so we're not concaving down. You can stay here or release this right palm to your block. Left palm to your hip. Maybe you need to adjust your stance a little bit by walking this right foot away from the midline towards the outer edge of the mat a little bit. We're coming into reversed triangle. So what's important here is that you stack your shoulder and your wrist. You're twisting your torso towards the left side of the body. Maybe reach those left fingertips high. Hug the thighs towards the midline of the mat. Breathe. And exhale, plant your palms to the top of the mat. Step this right leg up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. And then just go or flow to your down dog. And your down dog. Inhale the right leg long. Option to bend the knees, stack the hips. Now listen, exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow as you shift out to plank. Inhale, three-leg dog. Then exhale, gently step this right foot forward. And then high crescent lunge is next. Connecting to your breath here. Finding all those little micro adjustments in this pose. And then exhale, cactus the arms. And then round the spine, forearms come to the midline. Inhale, open. Exhale, round in. Exhale, open. Exhale, round in. Inhale, open, reaching up into high crescent lunge. And as you exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twisting it to the right. Crescent, revolved crescent lunge. You can stay here or release the left palm to the mat, or you're gonna block right palm to your hip or reaching towards the ceiling. Breath is deep and spacious. And then exhale, planting the palms to the mat. You're gonna lift up into this warrior two, quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. Take your left toe so they point to the back of the mat and bend into your knee. Coming to warrior two, facing the back of the mat. So warrior two on the left side. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle lunge. No, you can stay here or begin to straighten this left leg, making your way into triangle variation. Or full triangle. So what's important here is you're really lengthening through the spine. It's not about touching the mat here. Maybe your gaze looks at your thumb. Lengthen through the spine. You really press the mat away with the feet. Reach through the fingertips. Really active here in this triangle. Breathe. And then to bend, you come out of this, you bend into the knee, lift up, quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. Take your right toes so they point to the top of the mat and step this back foot up, setting up for pyramid and revolved triangle. It's coming into a bind or not. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, we're just hinging at the hips. We're keeping a nice straight spine here. Hug the thighs towards one another. Gaze is neutral. You can stay here or release this left arm down. Again, we want to make sure we're stacking our shoulder over our wrist. So you may have to adjust this back foot away from the midline a little bit. And then stacking your shoulders. You can keep your right hand at your hip or reach towards the ceiling. Maybe you look up. And then exhale, release the palms to the mat. Step the back foot up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just coming into ragdoll here. Maybe add some movement or not. Releasing the jaw. And then slowly begin to roll all the way up. Just let the arms and head be heavy. Go slow, slower. Just starting to stack the vertebrae. Your head is the last to lift. If you get dizzy, look at the floor. Coming into Tadasana. You have 3 breaths here. Good, so we're gonna come into our balancing pose. We're gonna do eagle today. So eagle is just a variation of chair. So we're sitting in our chair, feet are hip width apart here. Palms come to your heart. Take your right thigh, place it over the left thigh. You can use your toes as a kickstand or come into a bind, bending into those knees. Reach the arms away from you. Right arm comes underneath the left. You can hold onto your shoulders or bind the forearms. Palms move away from your face as you sit a little lower. To intensify, if you wanted to intensify, you do 3 crunches here. To come out of this, you release the arms first and then the legs. And let's just come back up into Tadasana. You can add any movement here that feels good just to release. And then your feet come to hip width apart and then you sit back down into chair. Left thigh crosses over the right. You can use your toes as a kickstand or bind. Reach the arms away from you. Left arm underneath the right. You can hold onto your shoulders or bind the forearms. Shoulders or elbows or even with the shoulders, palms move away from the face and you sit a little lower. Focus on your breath. If you want to intensify, you just do 3 crunches. Come out of this, release the arms and then the legs, and then you're coming back up into Tadasana. Any movement that feels good, just go ahead and do that. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. Holding in plank here. Gaze is neutral. And then going or flowing to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, let's go ahead and take a child's pose. And you let your shoulders rest. Go ahead and bring your palms back by your ankles. You have 3 breaths here. And make your way back into your down dog. Now step the left foot to the top of the mat, and then we're just going to quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. So we're facing the long edge of the mat. You're just going to lift your torso up. And let's go ahead and turn the toes so they point to the corner edges of the mat, sitting down into goddess or horse stance. And when you get there, just add a few little pulses. And you're sitting down in your goddess cactus the arms. And you're going to lift one heel up and then the other. And then if you want, you can try to lift both heels up. Maybe add some pulses here. And then plant the feet down, inhale into a 5-pointed star. Exhale, turn the toes so they point to the long edge of the mat as you begin to forward fold. You can have a block here. So shifting the weight towards the balls of the feet. Inhale, half lift. Then exhale, forward fold into your wide leg forward fold. Head is heavy. Finding the middle between effort and ease. And then on your next inhale, you're going to plant the left palm down, reach those right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring that right arm back down to the mat, then lift up. So these are half windmills. You have 3 to 5 of them. It's really good for your spine and the inner thigh on the left side. And you're going to reach those right fingertips towards the ceiling. And exhale, release that palm to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, shifting the weight towards the balls of the feet. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Inhale, half lift. Leave the right palm planted down. Inhale, left fingertips to reach up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring that arm down. So half windmills here. And you have 3 to 5 of these. And you're going to inhale, reach those left fingertips towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. So you're going to bend into this right knee and skater lunge to the right side. Let's go ahead and bring the arms out to T. And we're gonna skater lunge to the left side. So we're just gonna shift back and forth, bending into one knee and then the other. And you're gonna skate to the top of the mat, plant the palms to the mat, step the leg back, go or flow to your down dog. So we're going to bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat, and we're going to, you can walk or step to the top of the mat, or if you want, you can try to jump to the top of the mat and come to your sit bones. Or anyway, and however you want to do it, we're just going to our sit bones. So you can bend in the knees, lift to the top of the mat, and if you want, you can jump. Just cross your ankles and come to the top of the mat. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, holding onto your ankles, lengthening through your spine here. So I'm still having a little trouble with my left hip. And if you are having any issues, just know you can always make some modifications here. You can always just clamp the feet to the mat. You don't have to be in external rotation with the femur bones. Inhale, lengthening, and then if you want, exhale, forward fold. If you're forward folding, just lift back up. You're gonna start to come out of the bind. Place the feet to the mat. The feet are hip width apart. Reach your arms forward, or you can hold on to the backs of the thighs, or place your palms on the mat. And then from here, you're just gonna start to lean your torso back. We're coming into boat. Maybe you want to lift one foot and then the other, especially if you're just practicing, you're new to this. Or you're lifting both feet up into your boat. Lift the breastbone up. We're not concaving down. And then from here, exhale, releasing into low boat. Inhale, lift up to high. Exhale, low. Inhale, high. Exhale, low and hold. And then come all the way down to the mat, full body stretch. You're going to bend into your knees, plant the feet to the mat. And if you want to windshield wiper the knees or shimmy your hips, go ahead and do that. So we're going to come into a little bit of core work here, which I think is really important. We do a lot of back strengthening. We need to add some core work. So we're going to bring our knees over our hips. Option here to extend the legs long, but know you, if you need to, you can always keep your knees bent. So what's important here is that your lower back and your tailbone, well, your lower back and your sacrum rather, stay on the mat. So sacrum is on the mat. You're going to exhale, release the legs to 30 degrees and hold. Exhale, release the legs to 45 degrees and hold. Then exhale, release another 30 and maybe look at your feet. And then inhale back up to 90 degrees. Exhale to 30 and hold. Exhale to 45 and hold. Exhale another 30 and hold. And then lift all the way up into 90 degrees. So we got one more of those. If you're starting to fatigue, it's okay. Just want to make sure that you keep your lower back and your sacrum on the mat, even if you need to bend your knees. Exhale to 30. and 45. And then another 30. Maybe look at your feet. And then inhale, lift all the way up. This time, hug your knees to your chest, or any movement really that feels good to your lower back. And then from here, we're going to plant our feet down. Inhale, lift your hips up into bridge. Exhale, release down. And inhale, take a full body stretch. You're going to grab onto your left wrist, gently pull it over to the corner edge of the mat. Option to walk your feet over to the corner edge of the mat on the right side of the mat. Option to bring the left ankle on top of the right. So we're just in a banana shape here on the mat. Side body stretch. And coming back to center, we're actually going to bend our knees. Inhale, lift up into bridge. Bring your hips back to the mat. Full body stretch. Grab onto the right wrist, gently pull it over to the corner edge on the left side of the mat. Walk your feet to the corner edge on the left side. Option to bring your right ankle on top of the left. So banana shape. Side body stretch up the right side of the body. Just finding the middle between effort and ease, even in this passive stretch. Not over efforting. And then coming back to center, bend your knees. Inhale, lift the hips up into bridge. Exhale, release the hips down. Hug your knees to your chest. So any variation here of happy baby. Lots of options. Maybe you want to add movement, or maybe you just want to be static. Some yoga teachers also call this dead bug, but I like to call it happy baby. I don't know. Just not too keen on dead bugs in yoga practice. And you're going to exhale, release the feet back to the mat. Just let the spine decompress. We're going to stack our knees over our hips. Exhale the knees to the left side. Just coming into a supine twist. Maybe your gaze looks over your right shoulder. Again, just finding the middle between effort and ease. Inhaling back to center. I like to plant my feet to the mat, just lift my hips up just to Add some symmetry back to the pelvis. Stack your knees over your hips. Exhale the knees to the right side. Maybe you look over your shoulder or not. And the breath is deep and spacious. Breath is smooth and easy. And the breath is continuous. Inhaling back to center. Plant the feet to the mat. Lift the hips up. This time you're hugging your knees to your chest, maybe lifting the head and shoulders, coming into a tight ball. And then exhale, releasing into your Shavasana. If you need to add some layers, go ahead and do that. Closing the eyes. Taking a deep, full in breath. Just parting the lips out and sighing out the breath. Shavasana, rest pose. And to add some gentle movement. Blinking the eyes open, gaze is soft. Inhaling, full body stretch. Exhale, bending the knees, rolling to the right side in the fetal position. Just allowing space here for renewal, space for gratitude. And then when you're ready, gently press yourself up into an easy seated position. Palms to your heart space, bow your head. May there be peace in your thoughts. May there be peace in your words. May there be peace in your heart. And may you share that with all beings. Thank you so much for joining me. With so much gratitude. Namaste. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you'd like to join our online membership, the The link is in the comments below. Have a wonderful rest of your day.